Hello, friends. Today I want to talk to you about new Trump accounts because it looks like there's a lot of confusion in the market right now. I'm getting a lot of calls related to Trump accounts. So hopefully you'll find this video very, very helpful because it is confusing. It's something new, obviously starting in 2026. And I also want to go back and compare the Trump accounts with the Roth IRA because obviously for a few years now, we've been using Roth IRA as a saving strategy for our kids' future. And now we have this new option called Trump accounts. Which one is better? Which one we should use? Should we use one or the other, or should we use combination of both of them? So we're going to dig deeper into all of that today and try to answer some of those questions. But before I begin, let me remind you about some of the common ones. So for example, one I'm getting is federal government going to give us $1,000 per year for each of our kids under this Trump account? Okay, that is incorrect information. I'm not sure where that is coming from. Other one, people are saying that, hey, all the Trump account funds are tax-free. So you can, I'm seeing all kind of numbers. Like one guy's, oh, I can save up to $2 million into Trump account for tax-free and all that. No, it's not a tax-free account. It's tax-deferred account. So you don't pay any tax as you're growing your money. Kind of like, if you took $5,000 and put it, let's just say, in any other account for your kids, So people think it's a big deal, but in reality, it's not. Like you could have done that with any other account. You could have just set up a separate child's account and put $5,000. Shoot, you could have put $10,000 in it. Why $5,000 and let it grow? So none of that is actually true. The only thing true is that federal government, at least for the timing, is promising that for one time they're going to give $1,000. Just one time, and not to everyone, So each eligible children who was born between 25 and 28, that's it. So 25, 26, 27, 28, that's it. Those are the kids who get one time $1,000. Not somebody who was born before, not after who was born after, none of that stuff. So those were some of the common mistakes that people are making with Trump account. So let's start with who is eligible for Trump account. Well, it has to be children age 18 or less. Now, do they have to be born between 25 and 28? No, they could have been born as long as they're age 18 or less, then we're good. They must have a valid social security number, okay? And the account must be established by a parent or the legal guardian. Cool thing about a Trump account is there is no earned income requirement that we typically have with Roth IRAs. So children under 18, you're good. Social Security, you're good. You set up an account. There's a special IRS form that you fill out, and there's obviously no earned income requirement. So that's the eligibility requirements. Government contribution, like I said earlier, if the child was born between 25 and 28, they get one time $1,000 federal contribution. That's it. Okay. And that seed money is automatically deposited if, proper election was really made on that. Now, what about the family? How much can you put the money into it? Well, you can put up to $5,000 per year per child. So, employer can obviously contribute as well. I think they are allowed to contribute half, so about $2,500, but that will count towards the maximum contribution limit. So it's not like 5,000 plus 2,500. Now, cool thing about employer is if they contribute $2,500 to your child, they get a tax reduction on it. It's an expense for them. It's a welfare expense to the company. So they have another way to pay their employees. And obviously, cool thing about you is taking that money is not tied to earned income like it would be in Roth IRA. So the employer can easily pay. Sometimes people get confused about the limits for Trump accounts versus limits for Roth IRA. Are they overlapping? They get combined? Are they separate? So they're two separate accounts altogether. They're two separate purposes. They work completely different. So don't mix them up together. So for example, for Roth IRA, we still have that $7,000 limit. And for Trump accounts, we still have $5,000 limit. That does not include that one-time $1,000. So that's out of it. So don't mix that with it. $2,500 contribution to Trump account from the employer, it is part of that 5,000. So if your employer is contributing, that means you can only or you and the rest of your family members can only contribute $2,500. Now, the thing about Trump accounts, though, is they're restricted in nature. That means you cannot just go invest in anything you want. They have to be invest in a market index funds like S&P 500 or QQQ or something like that. You cannot do, obviously, you cannot do like trading or margin or, anyhow, all kind of crazy stuff, all kind of derivatives out there that is available to us. You cannot do that under Trump account. Okay, how is it taxed? So like I said, the growth is tax deferred. It's not tax free. So no annual tax on dividends or gains while it is invested. So money grows tax-free. Now, whenever you take the money out, those earnings do become taxable. Now, the cool thing is, so there's two ways to look at it. One way to look at it is we just let the money grows for the kid all the way up to retirement, because that's when they're going to be in the lowest tax bracket. So if you're contributing $5,000 per year over the next, let's just say your child is age 1 all the way to age 18, and you let it grow, I mean, that would be substantial amount of money, probably well over $1 million. The other option is maybe once kid starts to go to the college, you withdraw it at that time. Even at that time, I think it'll be sufficient enough to pay large amount of educational expenses as well. So you can look at this as a retirement savings account for the kids, or you can look at it as the educational expense for the kids as well. And the cool thing is, in both cases, when people are going to college, they're typically in a lower tax bracket. When they are retiring, they're in the lower tax bracket as well. Now, what are some of the restrictions? Number one, funds are locked until age 18. So once you start contributing, you cannot take the money out. That's the rule number one. Now, after age 18, withdrawals are allowed, but earnings are taxed as an ordinary income. Now, are there going to be some penalties if you try to withdraw earlier? I don't know yet, because like I said, you can't even contribute to Trump accounts till July 4th of this year, I think. So again, IRS can change those. Maybe we get a new ruling. Maybe they allow it sooner. But as of today, you can't even contribute yet. So if some of you guys are waiting that, hey, how come HR hasn't gotten back and tell us like how are they going to contribute to Trump account? That's the reason, because you have to wait till July 4th. Okay. So we don't know what those penalties are going to look like. As far as the process, most likely you're going to set up some sort of custodian account for your child. And that is how you're going to fund it and how you're going to track it. So that's how the Trump accounts work. So number one, if you're thinking about setting it up right now and contributing it, you can't. You have to wait till July 4th. That's when the contribution starts. Number two, not every kid get $1,000. Only the kids who are born in those 4 years will get $1,000, and that's one-time bonus, not like every year bonus. And it's not tax-free, it's tax-deferred. Okay, and the money is locked up to age 18. So those are the basic rules around Trump account. Now, let's go back and let's take a look at the Roth IRA strategy. So Trump account is not a replacement for Roth IRA strategy. I think Roth IRA strategy still works, providing your kids have earned income. Maybe you have a rental real estate property, maybe you have a side hustle, maybe they can do something like, for example, my kid helped me design this planner this year. So I think most of you guys probably have it. So it's a pretty good, almost a couple hundred pages long planner. So she helped me design it. I paid her. So similarly, something that you can do for your kids, if they can contribute to your side hustle, to your business, to real estate. And there are many ways they can contribute. Now, obviously, they have to be of a age where they understand what they're doing. So if they're 5 years of age and you're paying them $5,000 a year, I mean, that sounds very risky. So you have to be careful. I would say maybe age 12, 13, when they're old enough to really help you out in a meaningful way. That's when they can actually have an earned income. Now, cool thing about earned income is you can contribute to Roth on their behalf. So same thing, you set up a custodian account, and under that custodian account, you contribute. Cool thing is you can still contribute for last year, because the deadline is your tax deadline. So if you didn't contribute last year, that's completely okay. You still have time. So you can still take advantage of that. And then in Roth IRA, money grows tax-free. So if you ask me, where do I put my money first? Do I put it in the Trump account or Roth IRA? Roth IRA, absolutely. So that would be my goal number one. Make sure you contribute to Roth IRA for yourself, for your kids. If you're a high earning person who does not qualify for regular Roth, you can always do backdoor Roth. That works as well. And it adds up. A lot. Like, let's say if you have a 1-year-old child and you start contributing right now, and for Roth you can contribute $7,000. By the way, for Trump account that's $5,000. So 5 versus 7, so you can contribute $7,000. And if you contribute to let's say for 40 years, maybe you contribute for first 15, 20 years, and after that child kind of takes over that account and they can continue to contribute. I mean, if they can earn just 10% interest on that, maybe through S&P 500 or QQQ or whatever your favorite vehicle out there. And by the way, in Roth, you have flexibility. You can invest in gold, you can invest in Bitcoins, you can invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, whatever you like, REITs, dividends. So you have all bunch of flexibility when it comes down to Roth. It's your choice. And when you're investing in Roth, by the way, it's really all about time. So don't really worry so much about For example, right now, gold all-time high. Should we buy it? Should we not buy it? Who cares? Just buy a little bit every single month, right? It's just over a longer period of time. If we talk about 20 years from now, 30 years from now, who knows where the gold going to be? So you have to keep that kind of thought process in mind. Similarly, I know right now a lot of people hate crypto, but we don't know what's going to happen in crypto. So if you don't believe in it or you believe in it, whatever, you can always buy a little bit and see where it goes. Just a little bit. Who cares? Same thing with S&P 500 or QQQ or bonds, whatever your favorite way of investing is, it works. Because you have a longer time horizon. I think I was doing the math for somebody else. I think if you were to contribute, let's say you contribute $7,000 today and you continue to contribute $7,000 for next 40 years, I think that number was almost close to $9 million. Can you believe that? So this is $9 million in addition to what you can do with Trump account. So you have a lot of advantage to save for your kids. A lot of people worry about, I want to give this much to my kids or that much to my kids, but they forget that saving right now under their name, under their Roth account, is the best saving because it's gross tax free. Can you imagine when they are 65, 66 year old and they have $9 million of tax free wealth sitting in their retirement account? How powerful that is. So I think you get the picture. But anyhow, if you want to talk more about that, if you want to learn some of these strategies, and more importantly, how to implement them, because I think that's where I see a lot of mistakes. People don't realize there are state rules are different than the federal rules. How you report them, sometimes you need to issue them 1099, sometimes W-2, sometimes we can, do things some other way. So people get confused, and oftentimes they end up implementing it wrong, and it looks really, really bad on paper. That can get them in trouble, and obviously, what the last thing you want to do is IRS coming back and say, hey, this is completely wrong. So if you want to talk more about it, just go to taxcodeadvisors.com, set up a consultation from there. And, and obviously we cover all of these strategies during the comprehensive consultation. And as of right now, I'm recording this in January 2026, comprehensive consultation for this year is $1,500. So $1,500, I'm available to you throughout the year to talk about different strategies as to, what's going on. So I'm available to you. There's no hourly charge, just one-time fees, $1,500 for the entire year. And then obviously, if you want to get my regular updates on markets and what's happening in our economy and see if you can use some of that information, then that is $3,000 a year. So putting that pricing out there for you guys. All right, guys, and I'll see you next time. And if you have any questions, then you can always come see me at our next meetup. That's going to be happening on this Saturday around 11:30 in the morning. So you can come see me there. There's no cost, no charge to come see me at that time. And then you can always set up a discovery call if you want to get to know me better. And if you're ready to move ahead and want to see what's the best way to organize your taxes, your finances, and learn more about some of these strategies, then move on with a consultation appointment. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you soon.